This is my first opportunity to go to Israel. I am so excited. Never been there before. I've been wanting to go for a long time. The more and more like I learn about Israel and the story and do my best to support it every way that I can, I'm like, this is my first opportunity to actually go there, put my feet on the soil and just connect a little bit deeper to God's story there and what's happening. I'm really excited. This is Lucas. He's the CFO of Arise, and so we get to travel there together. Got everything you need? All right. Some Vaseline. It's like evening time right now, and we're gonna land there at like 3:30 in the afternoon tomorrow, so I'm gonna miss like a whole night's sleep. It's gonna be pretty rough adjusting. First, some Jamba Juice.
It must be 80 degrees.
It is freaking hot. They got the heat cranked in this place. It's toasty. Lucas thinks vlogging is weird.
Say that.
He's gonna be like, what you doing?
The question I asked was, do you ever get over the weirdness of like, people seeing you talking to the camera? And he was just like,
I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm kind of over it. And if people typically think it's cool, when they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing this for YouTube. Oh, it's cool. I'm like, you want to be in it? Yeah. So it's kind of cool. Some cool points, actually. Hey, good to see you.
good to see you.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're coming with us, I hear.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Robert's a board member of Arise, and so yeah.
Cool. You guys get to hang out together a lot then.
That's right. Actually, not enough.
Not enough.
When most people think about coming to Israel, they're usually thinking about it being a very kind of historical and biblical experience, which is totally great. You know, that was my first introduction to Israel, and what we're really trying to accomplish with this particular tour is to connect people to the modern miracle of Israel. It's not just that things that are happening in Israel are miraculous and, you know, to biblical proportions, but they're actually biblical miracles that you can actually interact with in Israel today. So more so than just the historical biblical sites, we want people to see the Knesset, which is the Israeli government. We want to see the Israeli Supreme Court. We want people to interact with the IDF. We want people to really get a feel for what it's like in Israel today.
We're about to head into the secure area for international travel. This being my very first time in Israel, I had a few things in mind that I didn't want it to be, which would be like what I see in a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, where it's like statues and icons and relics and things. Now, I'm not saying those things are bad necessarily, but for me, that's like, I feel like that takes me out of like, this is what it was like back then, and like we've turned it into this other thing. So I'm looking forward to going to the places where it's still kind of, is natural the right word, you know, like preserved or something, and like seeing like, oh, like this is where this experience happened, not like it was here, but then we built all this other stuff and this other stuff, and now we've turned it into something else that it's like not anymore. And I hope that's what the next few days are for me, is I can see that. Time to settle in for a good 10, 11-hour flight. Sitting next to Lucas. Hopefully he doesn't snore tonight. Little drool coming out right there. I'm not sure how long I can last in just one little seat for 11 hours. And they kind of try to make it nice for you by giving you, don't got too much foot space though between my bag and stuff.
These are key during travel.
For what?
Just because you start to feel sticky and gross, it's almost like a shower in a pack.
Yeah. In case we haven't met before, my name is Tim, and I was invited to go on this tour in Israel with Arise, which I'm really excited to do. I own a small business in the Cincinnati area where we work with everyone from big brands to small creators and developing an audience on YouTube, which is awesome. I think YouTube strategy from everyone from like Disney, Warner Brothers, Century 21, HBO, Budweiser, eBay, all the way down to like little creators, and we've had a lot of success doing it. It's been a lot of fun reaching people and changing their lives with the messages that we're spreading on YouTube. And so now I get to hang out with Arise. This guy, you haven't met him yet, but this guy right there, Shimon. My original idea about what my first trip to Israel would look like would be me and my wife and all my kids, and we would just come here and we would be saving for years to pay for airfare for all 9 of us to come, and it would be like a once in a lifetime thing, and that would be it. But this opportunity is like, oh, I can come check it out, scope it out before my whole family comes, and like it doesn't have to be a place where you just go once in your life. Like, this is his 7th time here.
In my first time, I wasn't with my wife. I would actually encourage you guys that are watching this, like, if you're wrestling with wanting your first experience at Israel to be like the fullness of your experience, it doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes it's nice to kind of send a scout ahead to get a feel for it, and then bring your significant other or your other family members or your friends, so that, you know, it's not everybody experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah. It is 7:44 in the morning. Here comes my breakfast.
A lot of people have a misconception about Israel. They think that Israel is like this war zone, or that it's like this, desert, Middle Eastern, third world country. And when you get here, this is another thing that we want people to experience. When you get here, it feels like a Western nation.
It's a nice airport. We're here. Hi, thank you.
It's a nice airport. It's nice roads, nice signs. Have you felt threatened at all today?
I'm basically in like the Jewish area of New York City.
Yeah, it's not scary at all, and
everyone was friendly.
Everybody's friendly. Most people speak English. Mm-hmm. The food was delicious, right? So that's the other thing, is kind of tear down this misconception that Israel is like this scary place, or that you're like in danger the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're not in danger. It's pretty safe.
Yeah, this is the
very first tour.
This is the inaugural tour.
Going through customs was actually a lot more chill than I've experienced in other countries, where they have like cell phone jammers and pictures everywhere, like no photography allowed and stuff. But here it's just kind of like casually just kind of go through, friendly people. Here we are. We have a lot we're trying to accomplish for you guys here. What are we doing here on this trip?
Well, tomorrow we have a full day. We're going to be at the Mount of Olives. Then we're going to go down to the Garden of Gethsemane. We're going to spend a whole day in the old city of Jerusalem. And then we're going to finish our day at the Friends of Zion Museum, which is a completely interactive museum that chronicles all the ways that Christians have helped the Jews and the Jewish state of Israel over the last couple centuries. So tomorrow is going to be significant in the sense of really understanding how modern Israel is significant for Christians in particular, evangelicals in particular.
Show you guys our room for the next few days in our hotel. Bathroom, mirror, beds. Pretty straightforward. Lucas and I are rooming together. Time for dinner. Got a big buffet here in the hotel. Lots of fruit, lots of different food. Looking good. I've always wanted to have like a Shabbat, Sabbath dinner here in Israel, and so today was like my first chance to do that. It was delicious. I want to introduce you guys to someone though. This is Shimon. He is the CEO of the organization that brought me out here, Arise. Tell us what Arise is all about real quick.
Arise is the Alliance to Reinforce Israel's Security and Economy. Anyone that knows anything about this region of the world knows that it's a pretty complicated region. To put in a nutshell, what we do is we do economic development and diplomatic advocacy on behalf of the nation of Israel. We try to provide fact-based information so that people can know how to act with regard to Israel, particularly from a business sense. There's a lot of business, there's a lot of commerce that's taking place here that benefits the entire globe, the entire planet, and we're committed to helping people tap into that at a deep level, amongst many other things. So that's a quick nutshell.
Tomorrow marks our first big day in the old city of Jerusalem, going to the Mount of Olives, Garden of Gethsemane, museums, lots of stuff, and I want to take you guys along with me. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that button, hit the bell to get notifications, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our next video. See you then.
See ya.